Доброго времени суток, мой ник Брудж, и сегодня у нас колода от французского игрока в ХС TheFishou, которая разнесла в пух и прах довольно известного игрока лайфкоача и практически поставила на колени Колента. Все это действо происходило в рамках отбора на грядущий BlizzCon. Турнир проходил во время DreamHack в городе Стокгольм на протяжении 3 дней. Это были глобальные европейские отборы, за которыми я с удовольствием наблюдал. И, естественно, не мог не заметить колоду за мага, которая буквально сметала соперника, редко доводя игру до поздней стадии. Об этой колоде и пойдет речь, благо деклисты уже выложены. Я мог сделать это видео и раньше, но не был уверен во всех картах, ведь поединки были настолько короткими, что просто нельзя было понять, сколько и какие карты имеются в этой деке на 100%. Приступим. Зеркальные копии, защита наших существ, баф змея, также часто бесплатная карта благодаря ученице чародея. Хорошо играет с жонглерами. Ледяное копье. Морозим, но естественно в идеале это бурст урона через ледяную стрелу. Также не забываем о том, что можно подряд кинуть 2 копья в одну цель, тем самым получаем 4 урона за 2 единицы маны. Лепрогном, пожалуй, самое ярко выраженное дешевое агро-существо с предсмертным крипом. Змей, дешевая отличная карта мага, которая только усиливается со временем за счет заклинаний и доставляет массу проблем, если ее не убрать сразу. Могильщик, наш идеальный дроп 1, если не зашла монетка, и змей с копиями. Бафается от дешевых карт с предсмертным крипом, стараемся всегда заполучить его в руку. Ледяная стрела – одно из самых полезных заклинаний мага. Ну и конечно же мечта – это ледяная стрела и 2 ледяных копья в руке. Это 11 урона за 4 маны. Безумный ученый. Бафаем могильщика и получаем наши халявные секреты. Также стараемся заполучить его в стартовую руку. Жонглер. Хорошая карта для агро-колод, особенно под мелкий спам. Талнос. Очень часто нам не хватает какого-то одного урона для убийства соперника. Талнос исправляет эту ситуацию и дает небольшой перебор колоды. Собиратель сокровищ. Существо для перебора колоды и бафа могильщика. Ученица чародея. Делает наши дешевые заклинания еще дешевле, а то и вовсе бесплатными. Антимагия. Контролим неприятные ранние АОЕ соперника, будь то размах или освещение. Минус – нету толка, если противник не новичок и у него в руках есть монетка. Интеллект чародея. Маговская классовая карта для перебора колоды. Со стартовой руки, естественно, сбрасываем. Отраженная сущность. Секрет, который часто играется магами лишь на арене. Нередко противник будет стараться выставить какое-то большое существо в попытке перевернуть ситуацию на столе в его пользу. Вот тогда эта карта и пригодится. В остальных случаях мы все равно заставляем оппонента играть хотя бы невыгодно для себя по мане. Огненный шар. Ну как же маг без фаербола в руке? Элементаль воды. Наша самая большая карта из существ. Имбовое существо мага за 4 маны. Морозим соперника, дальше бьем ледяным копьем или же сдерживаем неприятное существо. Вот такая колода. Честно говоря, создав ее и поиграв в нерейтинговых играх около 6 матчей, результат меня не сильно впечатлил. То есть винрейт был не 100%, конечно, а около 60%. Во многом партия зависит от вашей удачи и прихода нужных начальных карт в руку. А дальше уже идет эффект снежного кома, когда вы с каждым ходом наращиваете свое преимущество на столе. Я специально скачал реплей 3 партий французского игрока против лайфкоача и прикладываю его к этому видео. Комментарии идут на английском языке, но он настолько элементарный, что вы без труда его поймете. Также надеюсь, что меня не обвинят в нарушении авторских прав. Приятного просмотра.
Mage against Miracle. Wait a minute. Miracle Mirror Entity, Knife Juggler, Loot Hoarder.
This is a different type of mage deck that we've seen today. Actually, I was talking with TheFishou a few days ago, and we were discussing like some of the different type of mage decks that work and like the matchups and stuff. And I had a good guess that he might bring this mage, and this mage especially shines against handlock. It's absolutely like the aggressive type of mage. It's really good, but I'm not that convinced if it's gonna be awesome against the Miracle Rogue.
Yeah, kind of hard to say here. Throws his hand back and gets the exact same cards, except the Knife Juggler gets switched for Sorcerer's Apprentice. I hate when that happens. He'll probably draw a Knife Juggler on the very next card. I know how this works.
Yeah, that's actually kind of rough starting hand for an Aggro Mage. There's no one...
Oh, there you go.
Never mind.
Much better now.
Just ignore that last.
It's kind of funny how that works, but...
Golden Lebanon. I mean, the other gods are are not golden, but Lebanon is. What's the reasoning behind that? What do you think?
Golden Leopardome is awesome. Look at him. He's completely evil. All right, so this hand for Life Coach right now.
It's a bit clunky, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, the deadly poisons, probably not... Whenever you see a Leopardome, you know that most of their minions have 1 health, and the deadly poison is a pretty big waste. Conceal, obviously, something you're not going to care about. I'd rather them run into my bigger minions, probably because my life is getting so low at that point.
I mean, this starting hand against a slow deck, it would be really good with the Drake and Coin and Conceal and everything like that, but against this type of mage, the hand doesn't look that good.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sorcerer's Apprentice is actually really, really risky because there could be an SI agent, or maybe just a backstab. But mainly the SI agent would be a big problem, but there isn't one.
Well, that's good for him. Has to decide now, does he dagger into this Leopardome? Does he eviscerate the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
I would imagine that he's gonna eviscerate that, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to like figure out if case could be made in favor of just daggering up and killing that Leopardome, but I would lean towards the eviscerate here.
I do definitely agree with you there. I mean, by playing that, the fact that he can play multiple spells next turn is pretty painful.
So
There could be like anything coming up, like G-Arcane Intellect and stuff like that.
We'll see here in a moment. Life Coach, definitely a very smart player.
Yeah, he looks like he's really like deep in those right now.
Yeah, he looks more focused than I think we've seen anyone really today. At least, you know, not necessarily that he's focusing more, but just the kind of intense look on his face and how hard he's staring at that screen.
Yep, I agree. This is gonna be a weak turn by TheFishou. He can't very efficiently spend all of his mana. I mean, the only way to efficiently spend the mana would be Mirror Entity, but do you really want to cast it here?
God, if you play Loot Hoarder here and he like Fan of Knives you, you're just like, oh no.
The Loot Hoarder, in the end, it's actually alright. I mean, there's still no easy way for Life Coach to clear. He doesn't have the Fan of Knives, and draws another slow card.
Yeah, Violet Teacher, so it looks like it's one of these more board-oriented Miracle Rogues that we've seen a little bit of. I think we only saw one today with Violet Teacher in it so far, right? Yep. Yeah, very early on.
It's another, like, one of those new type of Miracle Rogues that have been popping out after the Leroy nerf.
Yeah, it was actually pretty impressive when we saw it earlier. It almost made a big comeback after a nice conceal on a lot of Apprentice tokens. So.
It's definitely a strong deck.
Base into Leopardome.
Both of these players kind of have like bad hands.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned, like the Life Coach's hand, it's not usually bad, but in this situation, it's not good either.
Mirror Entity, would you consider going Mad Scientist and Frostbolting his face? Like, I know the Frostbolting his face is probably dangerous because it has Ice Lances in the deck most likely, but...
Yeah, I think you gotta hold on to it. This is actually really interesting with the Mirror Entity already.
I guess going into turn
That's
4,
not the most mana efficient play, but it might turn out quite well for him.
Yeah, I could definitely see like a possible Violet Teacher coming out. Even a coin into Azure Drake, but I think you're probably saving that coin for your Gajazan on the next turn.
Yeah, most likely. So just dropping the Teacher and clearing that off. But the Mirror Entity is gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
Like no matter what minion he plays, if he plays a minion, if Life Coach plays a minion, TheFishou is gonna get good value out of the Mirror Entity.
Yeah, no crappy minions in his hand. Coach really putting the thought in here. Realizes he's already down to 20 health. Gonna go even lower here. An aggro mage, man. You're gonna be seeing fireballs.
Yep.
You're gonna be seeing ice lances. Those things are scary.
Oh man. Just look at... Did we get a reaction from Life Coach here? Not happy to see the mirror entity. But he's keeping his calm.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's gotta go into that. Ugh. It's brutal.
There's scientist.
Oh!
Well,
I would say that is not a bad draw, that Undertaker.
no.
And he's probably, I mean, he has to be playing, like, at least 3 or 4 secrets in this deck, so the double Mad Scientist definitely can get some value.
Yep. I mean, it seems a bit like risky if you just go Undertaker, double Mad Scientist, if there was a played flurry, but there isn't one, and I don't think he really needs to play around it. And even if there was a played flurry, I mean, the Mad Scientist still bring out the secrets.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's not a complete disaster. What else would you do here? I mean, yeah, I think with this type of deck, you just gotta go all in. Just play the Undertaker and play the Scientist.
Yeah, yeah.
Just hope that there's no played flurry. Because if there isn't one, then at least some of that stuff is gonna stick around. Yep, and he does go with it.
Yeah, it seems like the best play here.
Oh yeah, that 1 mana 3/4, not bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. SI7. God, this is... that is quite a board.
Not looking great for Life Coach right now.
No, certainly not. You think take out the Violet Teacher here?
No,
God, this is so tough.
it's a tough spot to be at. Could just go for the Auctioneer, maybe coin and maybe even coin out the Cold Blood to take out the Violet Teacher. I don't know, it doesn't feel good. Because you figure that this type of mage deck is likely to run a Fireball and he would be dead to that. So he would have to get like a backstab from either the coin or the Cold Blood. But what else would you do here? I mean...
It seems nearly impossible at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
With this little health?
The best thing for clearing the board and or trying to clear the board would be to dagger Deadly Poison, coin out the Agent. But how do you win from there? And you still take quite a bit of damage doing it. Maybe he just go for the Auctioneer, but he doesn't have time to go for Auctioneer anymore. Even if he was to get... I mean, the preps might have been like his best bet. Just hope to get a preparation and maybe an Eviscerate.
God, this is so rough.
Really is.
Oh, and he
And he missed
ropes.
another.
Oh, that's so brutal.
It's probably not gonna change the outcome at all.
7
but
damage.
That's really like demoralizing and...
Yeah. He actually has lethal right now. Because he can play Blood Mage, Frostbolt for 4, Ping, that's 5.
Yep, that's right.
8, 10, 12, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
that's actually
and
just it.
Undertaker is gonna crow too.
Ouch.
So
oh, yeah,
he
that's
even
right.
has 1 over. Wow. No backstab from the rogue.
Well.
That's what happens.
That...
Even though the draw seemed a bit bad from the TheFishou in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's Aggro Mage for you right there. That was...
We're gonna see the Paladin. So that signals to me that it definitely is a handlock.
All right, so Shade Noxramas and Kel'Thuzad actually telling us a lot about what's in this deck right now.
Oh yeah.
Those are a couple of cards that you can see. Not everyone's playing Kel'Thuzad in Pally, and you know sometimes you see Shade Noxramas, sometimes you see Leopardome, sometimes you even might see an Earthen Ring in there occasionally.
Wait,
I don't
what?
think right now though.
Never known. In Paladin?
No. What did I say? I said Leopardome. I meant Harvest Golem.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more
Slept
sense.
3 hours last night. I'm
It's all right.
jet-lagged. I have all sorts of excuses. Okay, so it looks like he wants to keep the Shade Noxramas. It's an early drop, makes sense. Equality, he's going to be hoping to draw into...
Wild Pyro.
Yeah, Wild Pyro. The hand for TheFishou, pretty darn good.
Yeah. That's the Undertaker.
Undertaker into Loot Hoarders. Good play.
Oh, man.
That's an even better one.
This is looking really good for TheFishou right now. Because like I mentioned this before, that Paladin kind of struggles in the early game quite often. But the Paladin does have heals, so if he was able to hold on, hold off the aggression early game, with all the life gain, he could maybe stabilize. But the draw from TheFishou, it's beautiful.
Oh, I would be a little bit surprised about that, I guess. Oh, no, actually, that would make sense.
I mean,
yeah, if he just hits the 1/1 with this, and then he can do knives at the other 1/1s that pop out.
yeah, this is actually really nice. I mean,
Yeah.
my first instinct would have been to go for the Mad Scientist.
Yeah.
But now that I think of this, I actually like this a lot more.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, especially when your opponent doesn't have the coin here. There's not going to be a true silver this turn, so you're going to get at least one juggle, which there's a good chance there's no 3-drop in his hand. There's not that many, there's Aldors and then maybe 2 more 3-drops in the whole Paladin deck.
Yep. He could go for the Shade, but he could also go for the Iron Big Owl on the Juggler, because, I mean, this type of mage deck runs things like Mirror Entity. If there's Mirror Entity and another, like, 2-drop, there's actually, like, fairly, like, it's like 50-50, right, to kill that or something with three knives. Yeah, it would be 50-50. But if he hits the first one,
Ooh. Could have coined out.
Yeah, but he's probably still gonna do it.
Yeah.
I can't blame him. It's a bit risky. He kind of plays into a consecration here. But we can see that Life Coach doesn't have one.
Well, Life Coach does have a... He actually has a few cool plays. Of course, he has the Spellbreaker, and he does have True Silver in here.
But like, no matter what he does here, he seems to be taking a lot of damage next turn.
That is right. I think he's going to have to trade this Shade. There's just no question about that.
No.
Knife Juggler
has
and
to do
this
the trade.
Undertaker just both have to be taken out. Would you consider... what do you like here? Do you like True Silvering into the Undertaker, or do you like just silencing it to get a minion on the board? Because the thing is...
well, he could maybe silence it, but I would probably go with the True Silver.
Yeah, it does definitely give you another guaranteed kill the next turn.
It does. And then you might be able to set up the Coda so that it kills something of value.
Looks like he is considering.
Yeah, it's gonna be the True Silver. Yeah, sure here. I mean, if he was to go with the Owl play, he would trade it with the Juggler instead.
So he's starting to stabilize a bit.
There's another Undertaker.
Would you Frostbolt him to the face to keep your minions alive? I'm always wondering about moves like this. Because I know that based on the cards I've seen here, he has Ice Lances in here, and I don't think he has Water Elementals
I mean,
in
it's
here.
a bit risky, but he might never even draw the Ice Lances. And like the only situation where the Frostbolt would be bad was if his like next cards were Ice Lances, because then he might have trouble actually like getting value out of them.
Yeah.
But I kind of like this. And he figures that there's no board clear in Life Coach's hand based on the last turn.
Okay, we actually have 8 damage plus 6, 7. He actually has lethal for next turn if nothing dies. That's pretty funny.
Wow.
That is pretty quick right there. Of course, we should be seeing something come out.
I wonder.
This might be like the fastest series we have had today.
Yeah.
I mean, this is looking really good for TheFishou right now. And Life Coach's last deck most likely being a handlock. This might be a clean sweep.
It very well could be, which would be very strange because we were literally talking about how this should be the one that goes to 5 games.
Let me think.
I'm really happy to see that somebody's playing this type of mage. Like we have had so much variety between both the classes and just the deck lists, like playing the same classes but completely different lists.
Yeah.
And this is just like another one added to the mix now.
Definitely, I'm happy to see an aggro mage in here. It's the return of Nimsh incoming. Yeah, the Stampeding Kodo just seems right here. Wow.
And I believe that's it. No, wait, no, it's not. Not just yet.
Yeah, no, he's like one damage
One damage off. Yeah, he's one off.
I feel like I might go for it.
Nah, you can hold on to the fireball for now and just use it for the lethal.
Mm.
I wonder.
Blood
Use the ping
mage,
at the moment.
go face and just like being face. I think.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that your opponent's going to be on 6 mana next turn, so he can't even play Guardian Kings yet.
No.
He actually has to have, like, very specifically...
Yeah, he has to have Holy Light.
Yeah, Holy Light.
Like, that's it.
That is the only thing that could save him.
I mean, I've seen some random Earthen Ring farces played as a, like a one-off.
Yeah,
but,
occasionally.
But we already saw Shade of Nax Ramus, so he probably doesn't play it.
Oh, he's just going to bring him down to 1. The thing is, I guess if he had
Alright.
Consecration here...
Well, he can
And
he
you
can
just-
heal with a True Silver Champion.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you... But that's
He
not...
doesn't have it, so it doesn't actually
So that's game.
make any difference there.
Yep.
Kind of brutal.
Is there some way?
No, he has no card draw.
There's no way.
He cannot leave
Let
even
me
2 points of
think.
damage on the board, and
Can
he
kill-
has to.
He can kill one of the minions with the Coda. He can play another Coda to land it on 2/2, but
It still
Still
leaves
not
it
going
to
to be enough.
Yeah, it leaves 3 damage on the board.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't have the mana to do anything here. No, that's it. I mean, he's looking it over, but this is rough because the fact that he chose this Paladin deck. I mean, I think Paladin, if you have maybe a little bit better start versus a little bit worse start from the Mage, you're going to be fine. But I'm really thinking that he's probably having Handlock as that last deck, and I am afraid of what this is going to do to Handlock.
it's not pretty. I mean, this is exactly the kind of deck that I would expect to be like, well, this mage deck is the type of deck that I would be expecting to pop up on the ladder in the following weeks or months.
Yeah.
Because the handlock has gained a lot of popularity now with the hunters, kind of be able to like activate them early, or you might be able to like taunt them up and force your opponent to soak 5 damage on it. But
This is kind of interesting.
wow.
Harrison and Karn.
Jones. Yeah, I've been experimenting a little bit with Cairn in handlock too, and I think that's all right. But I mean, Harrison Jones can be all right too. I mean, if you know that you're playing against a weapon deck, I mean, sure, why not? But this is kind of exotic to see in a handlock.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, cards have to come out when cards go in, and the handlock list has quite a solid core of, what would you say, like 24 or 25 cards that you are always going to see in handlock.
What did you take out for the Harrison? I think I personally I think I prefer playing an ooze for destroying the weapons, because you already have the hero power for draws. And with the ooze, you can kind of do other stuff on the same turn too.
Yeah, the Harrison is a little bit more greedy, and you know what? The ooze actually does better against some of these early aggressive decks where you actually need that early play. I actually have to agree with you on that. I don't know why I'm trying to sound surprised,
Like
but yeah.
It hasn't been like a common card in handlock in the recent even months, but actually like in the beta and like when the game launched. Quite a few people were running a single copy of Acidic Swamp Ooze in their handlocks. But yeah, Life Coach is taking it one step further. He wants to draw, he wants the stronger minion.
Well, we'll see if there's any other really interesting cards in the deck, because that's already 2 that I don't normally expect to see.
Yeah.
But you know what? Karn definitely can help him out in some matchups.
Yep.
Really sticky minion.
Not this one. Way too slow. And
No.
the Harrison, yeah, it's not gonna
Mage
do
doesn't
much.
normally play many weapons. They don't have a very good weapon lineup.
No, not really.
He's gonna Iron Beak, you think? Or just draw? Maybe he's looking for a Watcher?
Not expecting this
Oh
at
god,
all.
is he gonna rope again? Okay.
Coin rope.
Coin rope. Oh man.
Mind if I roll me?
Or elemental.
Would you silence this? There's not a whole lot in this deck that you need to silence.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
And this is either going to make him use this fireball thing, or you get to at least kill a minion.
yeah. I would silence the
This fireball.
Undertaker here.
Yeah.
You could also
I think you just can't be
silence
greedy with the cards in
the
your
loot
hand.
holder, but
So
I don't really like that.
No, the 2/3 is I mean, we saw how big he got before. There's so many Death Rattle minions in this deck. I would be so afraid of that.
If you life up, what are you hoping to get? Hellfire, maybe? But I agree with this player. I think he needs to, against this type of decks, you just have to like, just play minions and hope to draw more minions.
Yeah.
The life the life tap is pretty bad against the deck which is burning you down. It's like a hunter hero power in your own face basically, and there's so many dead cards, so many expensive cards that don't even help you at all.
Well, he does have some pretty decent ones in hand if you look at it, right? He's got Earthen Ring, he's got Sun Fury, he has the Sludge Belcher, of course, all very useful cards, but unfortunately, I think what we're going to see next turn is... Oh, no, he might play the Water Elemental, but if he plays a Mirror Entity, that could be pretty scary, too.
It's like a Molten Giant is usually, like against most aggressive decks, it's like the dream card. But Mage is a little bit different from decks like maybe Zoo and stuff, where you can like stop the aggression just by taunting it up, because the Mage has the Fireball and Frostbolt and the Ice Lance. So Mage has like an easy way to bypass the taunts for the extra lethal. I mean, when the Warlock is slow enough to play the Molten Giants, he's probably already like dead.
Yeah, very
just
good
because
chance
of the
that.
direct damage.
Let's see what he's gonna end up doing. I think that this is a pretty obvious Earthen Ring play.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
I just don't
What else?
know what. Yeah, what else are you actually looking for here if you're not gonna Earthen Ring? Wow.
Just not to go for it.
Okay. Why do you think that is? What is he looking for then?
Probably Hellfire. Has to be Hellfire. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
But the Earthen Ring would have kinda been able to potentially clear some of that stuff next turn.
If he's looking for that, don't you play Sorcerer's Apprentice Counterspell?
I wonder.
Yeah. You wanna play I think that's absolutely the best play here. I mean, Life God's spent his coin already on turn 1, which might backfire horribly here because he doesn't have an easy way to deal with the counterspell. And he needs to like soul fire away the counterspell or something. If his AoE gets counterspelled, that's like a GG right there.
Yeah.
I would really like to see the Sorcerer's Apprentice counterspell. Because the next turn is the Hellfire turn, potentially.
It's... You know, Mirror Entity... Okay, so he's actually putting in more on like a Twilight Drake coming out or something like that.
Yeah, it seems so.
There's that card, not too helpful here.
No, Hellfire. That Mirror Entity actually is gonna pay off better than the counterspell would have. But I really think that I would have preferred to see the counterspell.
Well, it seems to make a little bit more sense, I think, because you are going to that turn 4, and like a Twilight Drake, for instance, doesn't actually scare me with this board right now.
No,
this
not at
life
all.
total.
The AoE is way more scary.
Well, you might be able to get it out next turn. Counterspell, that is. Well, Earthen Ring?
No, like why did I play it last time?
Oh, I know. It's pretty tough.
Maybe he wants to like play the Molten Giant first and then be healing or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a reasonable idea. You know, he can play the Sludge Belcher to, you know, slow down the damage a little bit and then get into this, the Molten and then start healing up and try to come back like that.
If he has like a plan that he wants to basically turn around the game at some point. So the Earthen Ring would make him get back into this. Life tapping at this stage is like really dangerous. Ta-da! Mirror Entity. That's like the best. Well, I guess the Ancient Watcher would have been the best thing to give TheFishou because he has like no way to activate it at all. But Owl is not too scary either.
Yeah, pretty weak overall.
Yeah, it's pretty weak, but it's still do 2 damage and it still has to be kind of dealt with. Double secrets. Oh yeah, I like it. Like, what can you do against if you play a minion? TheFishou gets 1/2. If you play a spell, nothing happens really.
Now, are you going to attack completely to face here? I think you can because of Mirror Entity, because you don't even care if he plays a Molten Giant, because then you get one too.
Because he's going to play the Giant first.
Wow.
He can just go all in here.
I just can't
I don't
wait
see
to play
any
against this
reason.
on the ladder all week.
I mean, the worst in if he goes all in to face, because he doesn't have the direct damage yet. So he could like something like first an Ancient Watcher, then the Molten Giant, and then Tones Up would be kind of bad for him.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
But this is the right play here.
All right, that's a 0 mana.
This is gonna be a nasty surprise.
Okay,
Life coach.
you definitely play first. Oh God, actually you can't. I think you have to play Sludge Belcher, right?
Oh, so you give your opponent the sludge. But there's like
and
no
then your
good
opponent just
options
draws
here.
Fireball and the game is over. That's actually what happens. God.
There's no way out of this one.
Oh, actually no, there is. You play your Molten Giant. Oh wait, no, he has a counterspell too. Oh my God.
So he can't even Shadow Flame.
Oh, there's just nothing here.
Those secrets which can sometimes be kind of situational are the perfect ones for this situation.
Okay,
I mean,
with the 2 secrets out, I think you can guess what they are. You go Earthen Ring and you taunt it. And then you 3, 4, 5,
Then
6, 7, 8, 9. No, he has lethal no matter what.
Oh.
Oh my God. Okay, he's gonna set up taunts. That's okay, this barely gets him out of lethal range, I guess. Oh my God.
Wow.
Here's the thing, he's gonna think and he's gonna come up with this brilliant way that deals with what's on the board right now, and then he's gonna draw a Fireball, and it's not gonna matter.
TheFishou should look
I know
a
how
bit
this
happier
goes.
right now. I mean, he just got an 8/8 for free, kinda.
Well,
And he's
so
like
did Life Coach, I guess, right? Actually, he paid more mana for it than Life Coach did, to be honest.
Well, that's right. But,
This was value for Life Coach here. Okay, if he can weather this turn, there's a chance still. Oh, that's not it.
Giants.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, it's not over yet.
No, it certainly is not.
But eventually, TheFishou will draw into the direct damage. There's Leper Gnome.
Yeah. Well, he does have Earthen Ring in hand. We don't know all the cards in the deck yet. If he can live just 2 more turns, then maybe he gets a Jiraxis, maybe he gets an Alexstrasza. It's a possibility.
Yeah, that's like the only way
Yeah.
for him to have
Maybe he draws Siphon
Tiny
Souls over the
chance.
next 2 turns.
some kind of life gain. He doesn't really need the effect from the Sorcerer's Apprentice anymore. I think it would be fine to just trade that off and play the water element.
Yeah.
Face.
Yeah, I think you just go all face here. Because you still have that counter spell, so you don't even care if he has a minion out, because Shadow
No.
Flame is not going to happen. Alright, is this where he
Yeah,
tries
sounds
Shadow
good.
Flame and it doesn't work and that's it? Or does he
Think
play
so.
the Sludge Belcher?
No, but maybe... No, he would actually die if he was to play the Shadow Flame. Because there's gonna be 2 damage from the Leper Gnome and the Water Elemental would survive. So that would be 3 more and then
Well,
the
it
hero
gets
power.
counterspelled anyways, so...
Yeah, well that too, but even
There's
if
like 9
even if
reasons
there
why he
wasn't,
dies.
yeah, even if there wasn't a counter spell, like the Shadow Flame wouldn't solve this problem.
Belcher is really the only play.
Or he,
Belcher-
could, or he could go Ancient Watcher and try to Shadow Flame that, but that
That's dead.
fails just as horribly. Yeah.
I think he knows it's a counterspell. Like, what else
Yeah,
would
he
it
probably
possibly
does.
be?
So many possibilities.
So let's say he Belchers. He kills the owl with this 2/3. 3, 4, 5.
It's gonna be like a Leper Gnome and a Water
He can
Elemental
get him to
running into
3
the-
with what we see. Even a Frostbolt is a win.
he can get him down to 1, because he could run the Water Elemental and the Leper Gnome into
yes,
the
you're
first
right.
part of the Belcher,
Yeah.
and then the Undertaker into the second part, and go face for 2. And
And that's game.
that's game right there.
Wow. 3-0.
Wow, that was quick.
That was by far the quickest match of the day. What a crazy Agro Mage deck there.
Вот такая она, современная колода за Аггро Мага. Меня удивило лишь отсутствие в ней паучков 1-2, но да ладно. Спасибо за внимание, если понравилось, ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь, комментируйте и до новых волнующих встреч.